right now, every time you watch a podcast where people say that Dems are going to win by a landslide in 2026, that's not going to happen. So when drunk ass people like James Carville get on TV and say, "Oh, Donald Trump did," you know what? They are out of touch with the black communities in the Deep South. You no longer can rely on that as white people and Democrats. Why? Because you have failed us time and time and time again. You can put your shit up on YouTube in bright letters and say that, Dems are going to win and all that kind of shit. But the numbers don't add up. On the ground, it has been proven to us since Nancy Pelosi had the power in both houses to impeach Donald Trump and prosecute him. She didn't do that. And I'm going to tell you my theory why that did not happen. Now, Nancy Pelosi has been an Israeli loyalist since 1987 when she got elected to Congress. And she played a crucial role in securing funding for the Iron Dome missile defense system, which we paid $38 million for, plus some 5,000 Palestinians being killed in that same year. Now, this is why I think we're where we are at. And how HAKEEM Jeffries came into power. But I digress. For all of you out there lauding all of the work of Nancy Pelosi, as an American who looks like this and isn't getting paid by her and hasn't benefited, I'm not falling for the okie doke. Since 1987, this woman has played the long game. She did the same exact thing that the Supreme Court is doing right now. Will rule in favor of the House Negro and then rule against him. And then had the audacity to bow before the grave of John Lewis and talk about how she would continue the fight and how she had her marching orders from him. How ghastly and disgusting is that? But yet white people all over YouTube still talk about the great Nancy Pelosi. How small and infinite is our memory. I'm sorry, finite. Now, how I think this happened is this. Nancy Pelosi had a choice between Chris Van Hollen and a couple of others to advocate for someone to be Speaker of the House. Chris Van Hollen from my state of Maryland is not an AIPAC member. So who do we choose? HAKEEM Jeffries. Now, let's go back to the impeachment of Donald Trump and how this works for her. She said, and I quote, "I did not become speaker again to impeach a president." Why? Because Nancy Pelosi's husband and son are part of a once-a-year weekend getaway at, oh God, who? I can't say right now. But at any rate, I'll provide that information later on her and how these people are tied into Benjamin Netanyahu and all these other people. But why did she do that? Why did she do HAKEEM JEFFRIES instead of Chris Van Hollen? It's clear. It is absolutely clear. Nancy Pelosi knew that the entire Trump family was engrossed in Netanyahu. And that through AIPAC, she could not defy that. Jared Kushner, right now, is back in the saddle. And HAKEEM JEFFRIES is her puppet. It's not that the problem I have with white people is they always want to target, and I'm talking about iHip News right now. They talk about HAKEEM JEFFRIES and they talk about Cory Booker, but they never talk about the white fucking Nancy Pelosi. They don't talk iHip News. And I love those girls, but they never talk about Nancy Pelosi. I don't mean to call you, study your fucking history before you speak on it. Nancy Pelosi was the grandmother of HAKEEM JEFFRIES. But I digress. I want to get back to this Dems. Dems are writing a check their ass cannot cash. The next general strike is planned for Election Day. So when you go there, yeah, I said it. When you go there, expecting a great windfall and a blue wave, everybody that looks like me is going to stay home. You know why? Because you didn't listen to Paul Lance when he told you you should have stopped this. And the other reason this is happening is because no Democratic administration other than Joe Biden has ever benefited us. So we're done with you. We're done with vote blue no matter who. We're done. And I'm going to be traveling to every state and communicating with every black person I can. Now let me make something else clear. To all black elected officials, still the puppet of Nancy Pelosi. In the words of Malcolm X, and I'm going to, kind of mix them up a little bit. There is a difference between the house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro is HAKEEM Jeffries and Cory Booker. Massa, we sick. Yeah, we need to reform the DHS. We need to reform ICE. We need to, you know what, dude? You're done. You're done. You're done. Do not ever advocate or pretend to speak for Black America. Nancy Pelosi, your legacy is that you let Donald Trump be elected president once again because you were pro-Israel. And you wanted someone, not Joe Biden and not Kamala Harris, to be pro-Israel so that you can justify the evil that you have inflicted on Black people in the name of racial justice. We see you. You fucking bitch, we see you. And we have seen you for many years. This is front and center in the Black community. You can get on Blue Sky and put up all the bullshit you want, but we see your ass. A couple of generations ago, you were not accepted by white people. But you have the luxury of becoming white. And now, high yellow motherfuckers like HAKEEM Jeffries and Cory Booker with his blue eyes do. I don't have time for that bullshit. I'm going to tell you what the woke socialist is about. And what the Maryland 400 is about. We're about getting rid of you. We're about all that. Now I'm going to talk for a minute about some threats. Of course, the house Negroes, like HAKEEM Jeffries, didn't talk about that. There was no mention about the mob of terroristic threats made on social media for, let me get this right, by William Bejarano, mentioning the crucifying, the dissection, and beheading of Black people. Really? Y'all didn't have time to cover that? James Carville? You didn't have... What am I seeing here? Emmett Till, some shit like that y'all are going to let happen? But you're going to win by a landslide. Really? Okay, so in the state of New York, another terroristic threat made by Jake Long is he was all hyped up and pumped up and all this stuff. Now that we're killing Muslims in Iran, we need to kill Zohran Mamdani. He called for his death. and was filmed doing it. What did HAKEEM Jeffries say about that? And APEC Democrats? Not a fucking thing. This is why you're going to lose in 2026. Sorry. I'm disabled, so I can't help this right now. The Democratic Party has delivered nothing to the American people since Donald Trump was elected. We intend to deliver nothing to you. We have nothing to show for our votes. The last, I don't know how many times you asked us to vote blue no matter who. But I will tell you this. There is a clean America who is all about America. And you will absolutely be defeated. So let me come out of my box, because I need to. Because white people in America that are talking about this blue wave and we're going to win these elections, you need to come get your boys. You need to come get your people. At every turn, black, brown, and red people have been blamed for everything that some of their people did. Well, I'm blaming you right now. Since Columbus landed, you motherfuckers haven't worked a legitimate job without slavery. You came here and you ripped off the Native American people. You exploited black labor. And you keep on doing this shit. And these dumbass high yellow Negroes, house Negroes, still are like, Massa, we sick. Well, let me tell you something. And I include every race in this. I'm a field Negro. And I'm not buying into that fucking bullshit. Now, let me tell you something. I would like to address this particular thing to MAGA. This segment of this. Jake Long was released. The guy in the picture at the beginning of this podcast was one of the violent January 6th protesters who beat up cops. And he was released and pardoned by Donald Trump. Now he is back on the streets, reaping havoc. Every day that he can, he is threatening to kill people of color on and off camera. and idiots who now get no sympathy from me are talking about dissecting and beheading black people. You have crossed a Rubicon. Unlike some people that I know who are of color, I have zero tolerance for that bullshit. You have canceled peaceful protest. You have canceled your ability to be safe among black people because you have declared war upon us and upon our rights of the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. We have every legal authority to defend ourselves against you. Gone are the times of white people organizing protests like another, I don't know, that 50 state bullshit they're doing. No kings. That's good for white people. Doesn't work for us. At this stage in the game, we need to carefully consider our safety and stop relying, you motherfuckers, to craft the rhetoric for our behavior. That's what kept people enslaved. What is going to snap your fucking ass back to reality is this fact. When people like Jake Lang go to places and they get on television, they never come to black neighborhoods. They always go someplace they're going to be protected by police. Since you are so hell-bent and ready to kill black people, we have a place for you. Bring that shit to the hood. Bring that shit. I will give you an address. Stop threatening us, talking bullshit, getting all manned up and pumping your chest, and put your fucking money where your mouth is. Because all you are is a bunch of Trump ass-licking pussies. The problem with you is you're jealous of the black man because you are too fucking stupid. Since 1492 to work for what you think you deserve. You don't deserve shit and you ain't gonna get shit. And I'm telling you, on this day, you are not living in 1776. On this day, put your money where your mouth is or shut the fuck up. Because I have plenty of land where I'm at. But you don't get to call the police so they can protect you against black people. Bring your white ass here. Stop cosplaying. Stop getting on YouTube. And YouTube should stop broadcasting your shit. You know absolutely nothing about fighting anything. And the last time I saw Jake Lang, he was getting rescued by a black man in Minneapolis from an ass whipping. Please, for the love of God, could MAGA stop this fucking bullshit? Because we have a place where you can kill all the black people you want, but there will be no police there. Donald Trump is not allowed. You can bring all the weapons you want, but I guarantee you that we are going to kick your motherfucking ass and deliver you to God. Your God, Donald Trump. You have made your very last threat to black people. I am challenging you on YouTube. Shit or get off the pot. Don't go places where you got white people protesting the war. Or people you call Antifa so that Fox News can spin it. Bring your black ass to my neighborhood. Bring it here, motherfucker. I would love to see that. And we are up for the challenge. So if you want a race war, a civil war, you want to talk about Muslims fucking goats, how about you come here and try and put your dick up our ass? Because we got a little something for your ass. We get down with the get down. And you are so far out of your fucking league, you don't even know it. We're ready to be beheaded, dissected, and crucified. Bring your white asses here without your police. Because all you motherfucking cowards do is hide behind cops. Meet us on our grounds. We are challenging you. Because you have made your last motherfucking threat to black people. And if you want a civil war, you got one. Because we no longer are protected under the Constitution. We are no longer citizens of the United States against Donald Trump, even though we reside here. But we are not willing to fight and die for fascism and white supremacy. But some of us who are indigenous will fight for this country. Stop talking shit. Because you won't deliver. Jake Lang, you got your ass whipped a few times. Why don't you bring your 20 followers somewhere where the cops won't be? Okay, don't challenge me someplace in white Washington, D.C. Let's go to the hood, bitch. You want to kill niggas? Come to the hood. We invite you. I extended this same invitation to the Ku Klux Klan and never got a response. So you're nothing but a bunch of pussies. Let's do this, bitch. Otherwise, you ain't a man. Go fuck yourself. You pussies make me fucking sick.